Hey guys, welcome back to another F1 2021 video. Sorry about the delay, it has been quite hectic in, I guess, the real world outside of YouTube. But we're back. Before we begin, please make sure to leave a like, spam the comments, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell if you want to keep up to date with the videos that I'll be putting up. And if there's anything that you do want to see, any sort of games or any content you do want to see, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to make a lot of the content that you guys want to see, not just the stuff that I am really enjoying myself. So, as we jump straight into our facilities, we're basically just trying to adapt as many of the parts as we can before next season. That's pretty much all we're really focusing on now, trying to build up our cash, use all the resource points we can to try and adapt as many parts so we don't lose them heading into Season 3. I feel like there's not really much more we can do in this season. It's really just fighting for as a higher position in the constructors as we can get. So really just focusing on trying to maximize that, but also trying to prepare for next season. I feel like next season's going to be the season where we can really contend for potentially a drivers championship, maybe a constructors, I'm not sure, but we're going to try and make season 3 try and give the best shot we can next season. As we jump into qualifying here for the Melbourne Grand Prix, just the second part of my best qualifying lap. I am trying to make this video a little bit shorter. I feel like some of my other videos are a bit long, so I'm just trying out a sort of abridged version of the videos as we come around the final corner, heading down to the start finish line, and that gets us purple for sector 3 at 1:22.8, which is good enough for P7, 3 tenths behind Lewis Hamilton. Jenson Button back in P12, almost 1.7 seconds behind Hamilton. So this should give us a good run for the race.
Welcome to the Australian Grand Prix in Melbourne for what no doubt will be an intense day of racing. Here we are then at the Albert Park circuit. 3.3 miles of bumpy street track, but not a lot in the way of elevation changes. The circuit goes all the way around the lake, taking in 16 corners. Note the DRS zones into turns 1, 3 and 13. They'll offer our drivers a number of good opportunities to overtake. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, edging out Sergio Perez, who lines up P2. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, the captain.
So there is the starting, the top 6 at least, as we've been bumped up to P6 after Norris it looks like he's taken a grid penalty, so he'll be starting further back. Well, which only helps our chances today, is we're going to do a 2-stop from the softs onto the hards. We don't usually use the hards, but we're going to give it a go today, as we've got 5 red lights, and we are off and away for the Melbourne Grand Prix. Short stint on the softs, as Sainz goes flying straight past us, but we go straight up the inside. A little bit of a corner cut there, but we managed to overtake, well, I mean, at least one of the Ferraris, but it looks like Leclerc's got the better of us. He goes defensive, but we're going to try and duck down the inside. No, we don't. Sainz coming up the outside. We managed to keep him at bay. So we don't gain a position, but we don't lose one either. Bit of a fight there from Sainz, but we do manage to hold on to P6 as we line up with the rest of the train, heading through to the middle sector. So a decent start from us there. We'll have to see how the rest of this race goes. Melbourne, not one of my best tracks, as you can see as we go onto the gravel, and Sainz go straight past us, and a bit of contact there with Norris. A little bit of a slide, we managed to hold on to it there. That's P7 now, so we'll go back and take another look. So Norris there, we just lock wheels, and then we end up, it looks like we hit the back of Sainz there, which sort of created that little bit of a spin there. Doesn't look like we've taken any damage though, luckily. Yellow flag.
Be aware, there's There's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
Okay, so we've got a yellow flag here. Lewis Hamilton is out of the Australian Grand Prix, and I'm too busy looking at Hamilton off to the side there. I almost missed the corner, which opens up the door for Russell to make a move on us. And we're going to let him... Oh, we're not. He gives us the space there. So we managed to get the position back. So, lap 3, we take a look at Hamilton here, and it just looks like a mechanical failure. So that is his race over before it really started. Only 2 laps completed. And Hamilton, I think he's our current championship leader, is out of the penultimate race of the championship. As we are now going to come into the pits here on lap 7, at the end of lap 7, onto our hard compound tyres, and we're going to see what we can do on these. No more stops after this. Pitting early.
We want to finish the race on this compound.
And we're now dropped all the way back into effective last place with Hamilton out of the race. P21 for us. But I'm pretty sure we can make our way back up through the group, as we've already managed to catch up to the medium compound runners, and we're going to a spin at the last corner of the lap on lap 8. We've only been back out on the track for 1 lap on these tyres, and we've already made a mistake. All that time we gained is all gone again. We're now further back, or we were further back at that point than we were when he came out of the pits. But a few laps later, we are back up with the rest of the pack. We have managed to gain some positions, with some of the drivers having to go onto different tyres. Leclerc is actually 2 positions behind us. He's 14 seconds behind us on hards. His race is going horribly. I think he may have had some damage. I can't remember, but I think he did have some damage, maybe some front wing damage. So when he came into the pits, not only was it a tyre change, but also a front wing change, and I think it was probably a different...
Brilliant. Nice.
I don't know if he was meant to go into the hards. He might have been meant to go into the mediums and had to pit early because of the damage. As we go onto the grass, trying to go up the outside of Gasly, and we do get around the outside, back onto the grass again. Oh, a little bit of a slide there. We managed to hold on, so we gain another position. We overtake Schwartzman in the pits. Oh, real late on the brakes there. We managed to get past Schumacher. It is not tidy whatsoever. Absolutely reckless driving. But we managed to get away unscathed there, as now Sergio Perez in the Red Bull is out. So there's another top contender, and we are late on the brakes again. It looks like that is and we go into a slide on the gravel. We are in P9, and now we're effectively throwing this race away. Lap 21, little bit of a slide again, more sliding. We just cannot control this car. That looks like the inexperience on these hard compound tyres, and just impatience.
In front is 5.4 seconds.
So we are now outside of the points. P11, our teammate Button is behind us in P12, and he has got the pace on us. He is on the softs, so he has got pace on us, so we let him go. He had DRS as well, so in theory he should be able to tow us along pretty easily with the difference in tyre compound. And again we go wide, just pushing the car too hard, and just having no real experience on these hard compound tyres. I probably should have used them a lot more over the last 2 seasons. And now we try to go up the inside of Button. Oh, we collide. We had the space, and we're the team owner. He should have moved out of the way, as he is now going to try and make a move on us, and he does so pretty easily. luckily that contact that we had at turn 1 hasn't
Be careful. We think
affected
you're
us
about to
too
start using
much.
some tyre grip around now.
Tyres are starting to wear, but they should be able to last till the end of this race. This Button is now gaining ground on Leclerc, and he's creating some distance to us. Coming right down to turn 1. Now that we've got some room between ourselves and the cars around us, starting to really sort of get used to these tyres and understand braking points as we get track limits warning, but it's okay. We're in P12. I don't think we're just falling behind so much now. Like, we've just got no pace. I think we may have taken some front wing damage when we had that collision with Button, with our teammate, which has slowed us down. It didn't show
The gap to the car ahead
that we
is
did have some,
15.1 seconds.
but we've lost a lot of pace, and now Schwartzman has managed to get right up in front of us. We do manage to get the position back, but I don't feel like we should really be competing with him in the car that we've got. And my teammate should not be pulling away that quickly. It was only a few laps ago that he just got past us. And now he's 17 seconds ahead. Now he's almost 18 seconds ahead. And we go off the track again, a little bit of a slide. We managed to hold on to it, and now there we go. There's the damage. That is not what we wanted. Collision with Schwartzman. So maybe we just didn't have the pace. And Schwartzman now has just put the final nail in the coffin for us. We've got nothing. Might as well go into the pits and get that fixed. We're not going to be getting any points, so might as well go in, fix the car, and at least, you know, get something decent out of these last couple of laps. Onto some mediums as Max Verstappen crosses the finish line to take the victory here in Melbourne, which is going to help him with his fight for the title this season. We come around the final corner, down the start finish line, a lap down. There's race over.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And that is the end to a very disappointing race weekend for us here in Melbourne.
So another fantastic victory for Red Bull today. Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today. What set them apart from the rest?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win for the Red Bull team. They performed exceptionally today, keeping us firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
So there we have it. Max Verstappen taking the win here in Melbourne. Bottas getting some more points for Mercedes to help them out with their constructors title chase. But disappointing for us. P17, a lap down. Button manages to get up into the points for the first time, I think, this season for us. So good result for him, but not a very good result for us. And because of that, we have now dropped down to P9 in the constructors. Only 1 point behind Norris, so we might be able to gain that position back. But Max Verstappen, with that win, is now only 9 points behind Hamilton. Thanks to that DNF, he is now under the pump for the final race. And Red Bull are only 19 points behind Mercedes in the constructors, so it's all to play for in the next race. We have dropped down a position to P6, only 3 points behind Alpine. So if we can gain those points back in the next race, in the final race of the season, we can get P5 in the constructors. That is our goal, Drivers' Championship, there's no point even fighting for that. We're in P9. I'm not worried about that, but we just want to get P5 in the constructors and try and get as much money in for next season, because we're going to need it. Next season's going to be the season we push for the top. So we want to finish as well as we can in this next race to try and make championship gold a reality for Cross GT Racing in Season 3. Well, that brings us to the end of this episode here in Melbourne at the Australian Grand Prix. I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, spam the comments, let me know what you thought, let me know what you think heading into the final race. Also, if there is any content that you do want to see, please let me know. If it's any games you want me to play, I am open to kind of just doing anything really, as long as I sort of enjoy doing it. I feel like it'll make for good content. So if you do have anything you want to see, please do let me know. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. It would really help me out. Hit that notification bell if you want to stay up to date with all of the videos that I do upload. And I will see you guys all in the next episode for the final race of Season 2 at Abu Dhabi. Thanks for watching, guys.